Home selling season is upon us. Is it a good time to sell? You're listening to the Home Seller's Advantage. I'm Aaron Zapata, your co-host.
And I'm Todd Anderson, your other co-host. We are the Bald Brothers team at Impact Realty Group with Real Broker, and we are here to give you the Home Seller's Advantage.
You can find us online at www.baldbrothers.tv. Again, that's baldbrothers.tv.
Or you can call us at 833-305-BALD. That's 833-305-2253 today.
Welcome back. I'm Aaron Zapata, your co-host.
And I'm Todd Anderson, your other co-host.
That's right. We are talking about the spring and early summer selling season. And is it a good time for us to counsel our sellers to sell?
Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung.
You know, I saw a pun, like an imagery pun, and I was trying to figure it out, and I finally figured it out. There was people walking, and around the corner, there was a giant spring lurking around the corner. Spring is around the corner.
Spring is around the corner.
It took me forever to figure it out.
Very good. Very good. Wow. You know, I saw this morning a headline that said that we are seeing more listings coming on the market more listings this year since we have for the last 4 years, since 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say since last year. I was like,
no.
Ooh, that's
all the way back to 2020.
Big accomplishment.
All the way back to 2020, which
really?
Which means that more opportunities for buyers that are hunting are going to be coming. And so if you're a buyer thinking to buy and you're trying to figure out, what is this show about the Home Seller's Advantage? Should I even listen to it? I think you should, because if you want to know what sellers are thinking, that's who we're talking to. And if you want to get your offers accepted, you kind of got to know what a seller's thinking.
Yeah, anybody who works with sellers knows that you know this, what the buyers are dealing with. Anybody who works with buyers knows what the sellers are dealing with.
That's right. And so we primarily work with sellers here at the Bald Brothers team, but we are not exclusively sellers agents. We do work with buyers. We've got buyers looking in the Inland Empire right now for some large properties.
Yep.
And we know what sellers are looking for.
Yeah, you were just showing a property yesterday.
I was.
Over there.
And I don't understand this odd modification that was made to the home. The dishwasher was like a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Like they fit it, like it doesn't even fit, because the cabinet, the countertop moves over.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've got the dishwasher a foot out of the countertop.
Yeah, it was a jerry-rigged.
Yeah.
I think it was made as a modification for a very tall person.
Do you?
Who didn't want to have to bend all. I cannot confirm that.
Well, none of the arches.
It's just conjecture.
In the house were like heightened either.
Really?
Yeah, they must have been hitting their head every doorway. I disagree with you, Todd.
You disagree.
I disagree.
Well, I wasn't there.
No idea why it was there. But here's the deal. When sellers go to sell homes, whether or not it be spring selling season, summer, fall, winter, if there are things in the home that make your buyers and your agents that are showing the home scratch your head and like, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
That is not a selling feature.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
A couple years ago, I was working with a buyer, helping them find a home, and I showed a home that had in the kitchen, in place of the dishwasher, was a washing machine.
Perfect place for a washing machine.
They had put a washing machine where the dishwasher was supposed to go.
So on all their dishes, does it say tumble dry low, like on the back?
They have a lot of broken dishes.
Yeah, we like to break our dishes. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think there was not a dishwasher in the laundry room. So
okay.
But one of those examples of if the buyers are asking questions,
what in the world is it?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
That's a bad thing. That is a bad thing. Yeah. Wow. So we just wanted you to know you're listening to the Bald Brothers team. And if you want more daily content, we encourage you to follow us on our social media accounts. You can find me at Aaron Zapata. You can find Todd at Properties by Todd. And then you can follow both of us at the Bald Brothers team on Instagram.
That's right.
And we post these funny stories, these things that are going on. We post shorter reels about what's going on in the marketplace, where we serve, properties we're selling. But if that's not something you want to do, then head over to our website at baldbrothers.tv. And you can also check us out there, and you can find out more about the Bald Brothers team. And what's one other way, Todd?
You can call us
right now.
Call us the old school.
24/7.
Talking to a live person is still a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But if you call 833-305-BALD, that's 833-305-2253, we do have a 24-hour answering service. So if you call, you will actually talk to a live person. It won't be us. But you will talk to a live person who answers the phone, and we get those messages immediately, and we will give you a call back. Sometimes they're able to connect with us directly. Just depends on what we're doing.
Yeah.
But if you want to call, you can talk to a live person, let them know exactly what's going on, and we will be in touch with you. We want to help you out.
And if you want to show up to a meeting in person, we have a meeting scheduled for April 18th at 7 in the morning. We're actually going to do a free breakfast in Yorba Linda, California. We are trying to talk with people who haven't sold their home since 1995 because everything has changed since 1995. And the reason I put that in there as a specific date is because we had the introduction of the multiple listing service in a digital fashion. 2000 rolled around. We had the internet. Now we have Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. We have all these online platforms. And that has completely changed the nature of selling property.
Yeah.
And so if you haven't sold a property in the last 30 years or 29 years, everything's changed.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a specific meeting for homeowners who have had their home for basically 30 plus years. And if you want more information on that, also call the 800 number, 833-305-BALD, and please give them your name and information, and we'll call you back and register you for that event. We are limited to 35 guests, and so once we're full, and we will not take any more.
Yep.
You'll have to wait till next year to sell your house.
You can't. Yeah, you have to wait a whole year.
That's right. Until we do the next one. No, it's spring selling season, so now's the time to ask the questions.
So the topic of our show today is selling season is upon us. We are just around the corner from the Shakespearean, the Ides of March are upon us.
You are so educated.
Today's the 11th. By the time this airs, it'll be probably a couple days from now. But we're right here in the middle of March, and this is a time of year when a lot of people who are thinking about selling tries to get a kind of a head start on the summer selling season, because typically during the summer is when you have the most volume available on the market. But this is when things start to pick up right around now, isn't it?
It is. And going back to that comment, right now this year we're seeing an uptick in the number of new listings coming on the market at a faster pace, which is great. We've all been saying we don't have enough inventory. We don't have enough inventory. We still don't have enough inventory, which means we don't have homes for sale.
Yeah.
We don't have enough for the buyers that need them.
Yeah, the number of buyers still outweighs the number of homes available, are what we call inventory, the homes that are listed and available, and which means that property prices continue to go up because of that disparity between availability and those who are actually trying to purchase. And so, go ahead.
And you and I have multiple properties coming up.
That's right.
In the next 4 weeks.
Yeah. In fact, we just had...
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
I think we have 4.
Yeah, and we just last Monday we had 3 listing contracts signed in a single day.
Yeah.
And so we do have a lot, and we've got more that are on the way that we know that are coming. And so it's starting to pick up for us in terms of busyness.
So let's talk about that timing. So if you are a seller right now and you're thinking, man, I think I should sell.
Yeah.
If in order to do it right, if you just had that thought and you just started to take action today, the day you're listening to this, to do it right, you're probably at least a month out from getting your house on the market.
That's right.
Any realtor that's going to do a good job is going to come and counsel you and walk you through the steps to prepare your home so you can get maximum value.
That's right.
Now, if you're in distress, you're behind on your mortgage, you don't have that time, you can get your house on the market in as little as 2 days.
Just a couple days, yeah.
We could go out there. I mean, literally, we could list a house today.
And we sell homes like that all the time.
We could.
Homes that the seller is not in a position financially to do any repairs or it might not even be a financial issue. It's a timing issue.
Yeah.
In some cases, it might be an inherited property. And so, yeah, we can sell right away. But you're right. If you really want to maximize the value of your home and get the top dollar, you need about a month, because there's things such as decluttering, rearranging furniture, making some cosmetic repairs. We don't recommend revamping the entire kitchen, but there might be smaller repairs that don't cost a whole lot. In some cases, it might require recarpeting or put new flooring in, might require some painting, yard work, all of those sorts of things that are going to really affect how the home appears in photos and how it also appears when people walk through the home.
Yep. And so if you're listening, you're thinking, I want to sell, realistically, we're a month out. Okay, so we're now talking April, which means that you're competing with more properties, because statistically, we always see more properties come on the market right now, and then it increases in April, and then that increases even more in May, increases in June. And so statistically, those that list in March and April tend to get the highest price per square footage.
That's right.
Compared to the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And there's reports by Zillow, and there's reports by Realtor.com, and you can just Google, what's the best time of year to sell to get the highest price. Now, highest price is not equivalent to the highest price per square foot. Two different things.
Yeah.
But typically, if you look at a year span, those that list in March, April, early May get the highest price per square foot.
Yeah.
Because by the time summer's here, we got competition. And so, so then we have the most, once you hit June, July, but then once you get to August, things start to peter out. And by the way, if you are listening and your name is Peter, that's not a dig on you. It's just a phrase. But things do start to kind of wind down in August. And of course, as we get into September, October, then you're heading towards Thanksgiving and the holidays. That's right. And so is now a good time to sell, Todd?
Now is a great time to sell.
I think it's the best time
now
to sell.
Is the best time to sell. Now, we said a month ago we were in, January and February was a great time because you're beating this time of year, but this is still such a good time. It's kind of a premium opportunity if you take advantage of the timing and what we just discussed.
So, given that, someone needs to sell right now, they want to call us. Are we going to say, sorry, guys, you can't list it for another month?
No, we're not going to. Really, each scenario is unique, because there are some homes that we come and we do a consultation. By the way, if you are interested, we do encourage you to give us a call at 833-305-BALD, 833-305-2253. You can go to baldbrothers.tv as well. We encourage you to give us a call because we will set up a seller's consultation.
Yeah. And what does that look like?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Aaron.
Todd, tell me what that looks like.
What we will normally do is we'll schedule a time that we can actually come and look at the home. Before we do that, we do our homework. We research the community and the neighborhood. We research homes of like value in terms of square footage and yard and all of that. And we look at the comps. We look at all the comparative. We provide a comparative market analysis. We bring that to the home. And we don't really set a suggested price until we see the home, because we may say, hey, based on the comps, this is what we think the value is. And then we see the home, and it's way better than all of the homes that we've looked at, or maybe it needs a lot of work. So that can influence. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the home. We'll be brutally honest with you. Our goal is not to sugarcoat anything, but to let you know really what the market is going to say based off of the condition of your home and the comps in the neighborhood. Yeah. We will, in many cases, we'll give you suggestions for things that you ought to do. But this is answering your original question, though. Sometimes we're surprised. We look at the home and we say, you know what? There's really virtually nothing you need to do. We can get this home. We can hire a photographer, get it all taken care of, and within a few days we can have it listed, because there really isn't much that needs to be done. Right. In other cases, maybe there's a lot that needs to be done. And so those will oftentimes be the month out type of thing. But no, we're not going to tell you, sorry, we won't list it until a month. We will work with you based off of your needs, your goals, and your desires.
And one of those other things I want to throw in there, Todd, is we've recently been doing video screen recordings.
That's right.
Of the reports that we give out to our clients.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that you want to do is, as a homeowner, is to keep track of what's actually happening in your neighborhood. And, there are websites out there that are providing information, but they're not going to be as accurate as a person who understands the demands of what's going on, because everything that you see online is current and or post is backdated, meaning
That's right.
These are things that happened months ago. So if a property closes escrow today for $1.2 million, that means it opened escrow a month ago for $1.2 million, or it might have been more, and then there's an appraisal issue, all those kind of things. What I'm saying
or
is,
it might have been less.
Right, but anything you see online,
it's rear facing.
It's rear facing. And what happens as realtors, our job is to the best of our ability, be forward facing. We want to tell you where the market is going.
Yeah.
Because if the market is going up, you're going to get a better price, a higher price. If the market is in reality going down, you need to know that so you can make an educated choice, so you can sell it now for higher instead of later for lower.
Yeah, those algorithms don't take into account some of the things, some of the more fine nuances of the market. There's another thing that we look at.
Yes.
Is how many other homes are actually listed in your neighborhood, and taking that into account of the buyer's mentality. If buyers are coming in and they know they have multiple options, that's going to influence how we strategically encourage you to price the home. Versus if there's nothing else available, then that also will have a strategic influence on how we recommend pricing the home.
Yeah. We have a seller coming up in Highland, and that's in Southern California, and we send her this market updates. Hey, this is what's going on in your market. And she recognized one of the other properties that came on the market.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know those people. So, owner to owner connected. And she was able to find out they had multiple offers. They opened escrow over the list price. It still hasn't closed yet, so we haven't confirmed that information. But that kind of information is helpful for us, because then we said, hey, if that's true and they had multiple offers, that means A, we're going to increase the value of your home because we're going to see that in the comps when it closes. And then B, if they had 5 or 6 offers, that means there's still 5 or 6 buyers that are looking for your neighborhood.
They weren't selected. Yeah,
your house and their house are very similar, not exactly the same, but that means that they're going to be coming after yours. And so that's great for us to know. Those online website portals can't tell you any of that information.
Yeah.
So working with your realtor, working with your neighbors, working through all that stuff, all that information goes into the package that we bring to the table when we go to purchase your house on the market. So here's a con. Here's a negative about listing later in the year. Okay. Young families who are moving often move when their kids are old enough to be in school.
Yeah.
And when they want their kids to be in a new school, either in a specific school within a district or a whole new district.
Yeah.
And what we have found is that those families are most active right now. As their kids are finishing up the year, they are frustrated with the school system or the school that their kid's at, and they are having dinner as a family, and they're saying, we have to move. We can't put our kids through this school again next year.
Yeah.
And that's a conversation that we have had many times with people. And so they're out looking right now because they want to know for sure by the end of May where their kids are going next year.
Yep.
This is not a decision that they're going to delay. They're not going to wait for your home to come on the market in July and barely squeeze in prior to the school year starting.
Yeah.
They want to know. And so those highly motivated families are some of the strongest buyers that are in the market right now in the spring.
Yep. Yep. And so when you get to the middle of the summer, it's kind of too late for a lot of them. They've
already bought properties.
They need to have all that settled as far as where their kids are going to go to school. And I speak also from experience, having raised 3 daughters, that the school district, I mean, this is the time of year when you're making plans for the following school year. And it's also even affects, like, let's say, sports, wanting to be in a certain district for the sports. And there's so many things that factor into that. So working out the mentality of the buyers that are coming and searching in your neighborhood. Now, you might have a neighborhood that, or maybe the type of home that's not as conducive to a young family. that with young children. That's also something to take into consideration.
Yeah.
So these are all things that are not, once again, to get back to what you were mentioning, are not considerations that are weighed in those consumer-based websites that try to estimate a value of your home.
Yeah. So we have to take all that into consideration, which is why you can't just rely on online things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sell your home based on news headlines. You really can make you can do all the research yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. You can sell for sale by owner.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem. It is legal in California, anywhere in the nation. You can sell anything you want.
Yep.
When it comes to your home, condo, townhome, if you want to sell by owner, awesome. If you want the help of a professional to bring in some of this other information and knowledge and trending information, that's where we believe that we offer value to somebody who wants to sell by owner.
Yeah. You know? And there's a cost associated with bringing in a professional like yourself or myself. But time and time again, statistics show that you will always end up netting. I shouldn't say always, but almost always you will end up netting more for your home when you sell it that way, even after paying those additional closing costs.
Yeah. You know, some of you are extremely smart, gifted, educationally. Maybe you're an attorney or CPA and you get it, the whole contract. You know, may God help you in that process. If you want to sell on your own, you have our blessing.
Yeah.
If you want a professional to help go through the nuances of the real estate market, give the Bald Brothers team a call.
That's right.
And you can call us today at 833-305 BALD. That's 833-305-BALD. Or you can go to our website.
Yep, baldbrothers.tv. If you haven't gotten that by now, if you've listened to our show regularly, you should have that ingrained in your mind. So, you know, one other thing just to add on to that before we kind of wrap up this topic is, you know, we're talking about the fact that the websites don't know some of the things that we take into consideration.
They're clueless.
They're clueless, but buyers do rely on those same websites when they do their own research. Now, when you list your home, all of a sudden, it's not going to say what it previously estimated your home. It's going to give your listing price, but they're going to be looking at the surrounding properties as well. And so that also needs to be taken into consideration. Buyers are much more educated these days than they were, as we were mentioning earlier, 29, 30, 35 years ago, just because of the access to information.
Right. So we really do want to help you. We want to help you through that process. We want to help you. We want to educate you on the market. We want to bring you up to speed on what's happening in the economy as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the head scratcher that all of our clients are currently asking is, how in the world can prices be so high when interest rates are so high?
Yep.
I mean, Todd and I just sent a record in a sale in a neighborhood. Nothing has ever
for a manufactured home,
sold for this high price. And you know, people just scratch their head and say, I can't believe it. Well, you can believe it when there's a record low number of homes for sale and a very strong set of buyers in the buyer market.
Yeah.
They're going to buy.
It's
so that's
all of
driving
these,
prices up.
Yeah, it's all these factors that come together.
That's right.
And so that's just where we are today.
Right. And prices do settle out in June and July because the most motivated buyers are already in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we're with the latecomers, the late stragglers, like, hey, let's buy a house this summer.
Yep.
You know, and in a great economy, families and decision makers and people that are looking to move sometimes go on vacation.
Yeah. That's right.
They say aloha.
Yeah.
Let's put that decision on the back burner.
They only say that if they're going to Hawaii.
That's true. Or coming. Going or coming. Because are you saying hi or bye when you say aloha?
What if they go on a vacation to Alaska? What do they say then?
They say yes. Speaking of Alaska, we do have a seller who lives in Alaska who's selling a property.
That's
here in
right, we do.
We should be closing escrow this week. So you might be listening to this anywhere in the country and you're thinking, can those guys handle the sale? Give us a call. We would love to say yes if possible. If it's too far, if it's out of the way, we have a broad network of agents that we work with at the Real Broker where we reside. And so we're excited to be able to handle all sales, all kinds of sales. I shouldn't say all sales, all kinds of sales all over the country. Mm-hmm. So let's end with a sliding note.
Okay. Like a trombone, a note that slides.
Well, we came across this article right before we hit play. And out here in Southern California, we have had more rain than normal. over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sunny Southern California.
Yeah.
And we've had more rain than I remember
We
in a
have
long
had
time.
a lot of rain, yeah.
And we had rain last year, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so we saw this article come across realtor.com. I Googled it, and we'll actually put a clip to a link to the YouTube video. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, you can kind of see it in the screen in the background. But Travis Scott owns a multi-million-dollar mansion in L.A.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of it, and right outside of his back door. I don't think it's on his lot, but it's below his lot, because I think if you look at the picture, his lot line is flanked by this fence here, and you can see it's nicely manicured. And then there's a vacant lot, but there is a gigantor crack forming in that slope below and to the left of his house.
Yeah, there's a big crack. Gigantor, that's from Night at the Museum, I think.
It?
Yeah.
Gigantor.
Gigantor.
Okay.
A gigantic crack. Yeah, we'll do a link to this in the show notes so you can actually click on it. It's pretty huge, you know.
Yeah, it's big.
So that's why you said a sliding note.
That's right.
Yeah,
because the hillside is
sliding.
So he's having problems. Anybody who's going to build in this Southern California area knows that there's a potential for landslides and stuff like that. So it's super important. This is not a show today about building a home on a hill.
Yeah.
We could probably bring in a contractor to specialize in that conversation.
Oh, we should do that sometime.
But this is an interesting thing. You guys might like to go look at it, look at the video. And so head over to our website, head over to our podcast, and then also take a look at the show notes where we have links to all of the information that we talked about today. So I'm going to sign off here. Todd, where can they find us one last time?
They can find us at baldbrothers.tv, and they can call us at 833-305-BALD. That's 833-305-2253.
That's right. And if you'd like to attend our seller seminar, if you have owned your home prior to 1995, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you, and we'd love to see you at our free breakfast. We are limited to 35 guests.
Yep.
All right. God bless you all. Thanks for being here today and tuning into the, what do we call our show now?
The Home Seller's Advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How long have we had that?
Yeah.
Man, my brain
brain freeze. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's talking of sliding. My brain just went down. So thanks for listening to the Home Seller's Advantage. God bless you, and we'll talk to you next week. The Bald Brothers team is a licensed DBA of Real Broker, licensed by the California Department of Real Estate, number 02022-092. Again, we do not give any real estate, legal, or financial advice. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can call us at 833-305-BALD, or you can reach us online at baldbrothers.tv. Equal housing opportunity.